the patience, the wish, the creation, and the faith within. Beauty, passion, ambition, love. I am pure guidance. Success, adventure, abundance, luxury, peace. Hi Virgo, and welcome back to Pure Guidance. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm just going to remove the bottom two decks and we'll come back towards the end of the reading. One will be a card from the universe and the other will be a set of affirmations that you can use for the month of October 2020. So let's go ahead and get started. As always, I have pre-shuffled the decks that we'll be using today while I meditated on your energy. So let's see what messages are ready to come out here for you. How was your birthday month, Virgo? How was your birthday season? I mean, it seemed to be beautiful. Your September message was a golden opportunity. If it has not come yet, do not lose faith. September is not over yet. You can still dig into the energy. I mean, it's present for you. It's just about being able to see it, isn't it? So here we have a beautiful Ten of Cups here. A perfect time of celebration, perhaps a get-together that may be happening. Perhaps a reunion with your family and your loved ones. Ten of Cups also indicates lovely and beautiful times ahead. For those of you who are married, Ten of Cups is indicating a lovely time with your significant other, with your partner, whether it's, if it's your wife, if it's your husband, it could be with your children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, however it is for you. This is a general reading, so do keep that in mind. But with the Ten of Cups coming out, it is truly indicating gifts and blessings from the heavens above. It is indicating free flowing of your feelings, thoughts, and emotions, and everything just kind of coming together. The coming together of emotions, the coming together of loved ones, the coming together of pure thoughts that are meant to lead you down your path if you were ever wondering what that path may be. The Ten of Cups represents the perfect love, the glory of heavens here on earth. A promise, perhaps a beginning of a romance for those of you who are single. Or perhaps you have already met someone special, but you're just wondering, when will I take the next step, or when will they take the next step? Perhaps this might be the time period for you. As soon as the Libra season opens up, this aspect may also open up there for you. Now, what's interesting is that Venus will be in your sign for almost all of October. So that's something that you can hold on to. Venus is, it's the goddess of love, beauty, and romance. So of course it is going to rule all of your relationships, right? The presence, the fact that it's in your sign right now, just that fact is enough to, death card, is enough for us to know that, okay, there is going to be a major focus on relationships starting, it's going to be present in September. It's going to go forward into the month of October and November, in fact, and it's going to be very significant. I'm saying that because the death card has come across here for you, which does bring in some Scorpio energy, which will start mid-October. However, it is going to go into November and perhaps beyond. It feels like this is a very, very significant aspect of your life. Some of you might be perhaps making a commitment and moving forward, specifically in the area of marriage. This is, complete contentment on every single level. And the fact that the death card is here, it also has to do with perhaps letting go of a part of your past that may have been difficult to let go of, and the letting go is what makes it easier for you to then welcome in this particular relationship. For those of you who are already in a relationship, it's the fact that you can now renew this beautiful relationship and make it all the more significant than it ever has been. Again, there is an aspect of letting go of something from the past. Okay? This right here. And this comes with the fact that, fall will be here soon. Or is here for some of you. But the fact of the matter is that there is a moving away of something or someone. But it's a positive transformation. This is your card, which is the ultimate purifier of all things and everything in your life. It is not a card to be feared. It is a card of positivity. It is a card of new order and the positive changes that life is bringing in. And it's time to watch your manifestation come to life. For those of you who planted your seeds at the right time when there was a new moon in Virgo, then this is your time to receive, Virgo. By the time October kicks in, the first full moon, which will be on October 1st, we will have a full moon in Aries, while the sun will be, of course, in Libra. That's the first time where you can receive a significant manifestation. It could be the week before, the week after, because that's how long the effects last. But of course, for others of you, it might be a little bit later. We have 2 full moons in the month of October, and the next one will be October 31st. That one is in Taurus. The full moon will be in Taurus, and the sun will be in Scorpio. So perhaps for some of you, that will be the time period that will be very, very significant, where something major perhaps may happen or is happening. But by then, you will literally be seeing the fruits of your labor, for example, or fruits are actually being able to pluck the manifestation and taste it, you know? It's going to be very, very real for you, Virgo. So a very promising start to your reading, that's for sure. For some of you, you might be dealing with a water sign. As I mentioned, the Death card does represent the zodiac sign of Scorpio. If it's not a Scorpio, it could very well be Pisces or Cancer. And what that may indicate is that perhaps you or them are thinking about coming in closer together, if it is about, of course, relationships, or perhaps just bringing something in. It looks like there may have been some stress around that topic. 5 of Wands indicating a period of difficult circumstances. It's not necessarily that you weren't getting along or that there were any arguments of any sort, or anything may have gone wrong within the relationship. Instead, 5 of Wands indicates difficult circumstances. So basically the outer environment perhaps not feeling as supported or supportive of the relationship or of the maturing of the relationship in the past. But now there's a significant change. You also see the 2 of Cups and Queen of Pentacles, and it feels like there's some sort of a balance that is now coming into your reading. Now, just a quick mention, my readings are not specific to relationships. It's just whatever the cards are that are coming out. And right now it does look like there's a major focus on relationships. I mean, makes sense with the whole planetary placement that's taking place up in the sky. But what we have here is the 2 of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. It is indicating a bit of, you know, earthly energy, in the sense that the earth sign, so you perhaps in this case, Virgo, is able to be in a place to give, which is interesting. I feel like the tables are going to reverse in a way for some of you. And that you're in a place where you're able to give. And I'm saying that because I feel like in the past, in your past readings, it's felt like there was a little bit of closure, as if you were closed off to perhaps moving further. There have been some hints in your readings in the past, but this is where we're seeing more of a focus on relationships and grounding of the relationship. As I mentioned, so there is permanence in the cards here for you. There is the coming together, there's unity and harmony within the relationship. And so what we're seeing is some grounding that's happening, and you might be, perhaps, you might be the one making some sort of an offer here, Virgo. Offer of coming together, could be a proposal for some, but this is definitely, you know, if you're wondering if it's you or your partner, it looks like your partner's already ready, specifically if they are a water sign, and they are on the receiving end of things, and you are able to give and overcome any circumstances that feel like they do not favor it. Okay, let's dig into this further, but I do have to quickly change the battery, so just give me a moment, we'll be right back. Okay, and we're back, so let's continue with the messages here. Just know that the 10 of Cups and the 2 of Cups to have fallen into the reading is a very, very powerful message, specifically in terms of relationships. If you were wondering, you know, is it going to come apart or is it going to come together? Of course, the answer here is it's going to come together, but understand that this is a, you know, it's a general reading, which means that it may or may not apply to everyone. So if you want specific details, I'd encourage you to perhaps get a personal reading with me, and you can always do a relationship, a love reading as well. Okay, your next two cards out here, Virgo, are Seven of Wands and the Six of Pentacles. When it comes to the area of specifically career and your finances, it looks like there may have been a struggle of some sort, perhaps not being able to quite find your footing in terms of where you are in your career, or, you know, having or stabilizing your financial situation. And the answer to that here is simply, oh, I love it, Ace of Pentacles and the Fool. So understand that sure, there might be competition, and sure, you know, it might be, you might have had a difficult period when it comes to your finances. You know, there may have been some significant hardships of some sort. There is something better and brighter there in the future, which is the Ace of Pentacles. And Ace of Pentacles is quite literally, again, it's the hand of heaven. And you've had this come across for you 3 times now, because the Ten of Cups and the Two of Cups, and now you have the Ace of Pentacles. Those cards over there, they're quite literally, you know, the hand of heaven there as well. But it's more to do with your relationships and your love life, and things really just improving. If there was a lack of conversation in the relationship, now there will be, you know, a beautiful bond and a chemistry present within the relationship. If you were having a hard time communicating something to your loved one, it will now ease out. Any hardships will now be in the past, and there will only be the new bond that you're looking to form that will now come, you know, into light here for you. Okay, so the hardships will be now in the past, and the new will be bringing in new life here for you, and new love with the same person, but a newly found kind of a bond with this significant other. Okay, and of course, like I said, there's also, like, it feels like someone is giving something to someone else, and it's, you know, taking on another shape and form, like taking it to the next level. Now, I just want to add, now that we're talking about business and finances here, what we're seeing here is a little bit of, you know, situation kind of getting better, settling down, and improving in a way, but, you know, it's not significant improvement in terms of your finances. It's not like taking, you know, taking it from $1 to $1,000 all of a sudden. It's more like $1 to 100. So that's kind of what we're seeing. But here, Ace of Pentacles and the Fool card is, you can have a lot more than the 100. You can have the 1,000 or the 10,000 or the 100,000 if that is what you're wanting. That's what the Ace of Pentacles is all about. But it does take the Fool's faith, you know, the faith in the universe, faith in God, and faith in yourself, and the fact that you can have this Ace of Pentacles, and it can be yours if you want it. Clearly, Ace of Pentacles is here because you want it, right? It is manifestation. Had this card come out alone, it would be a very different interpretation, but the fact that it's here with the Fool card means that you are the one who needs to work on, you know, your, I have to say this, like, it's faith. It's, at the end of the day, it's going to be about faith. It's going to be about belief, believing in yourself, believing in the power of the universe to deliver, believing that you have the right people in your life. If you don't, make some changes. But clearly there's, you know, there's very clear signs in your life as to what is working out and what is no longer working out for you. But you really do have to give in to your emotions a little bit. Understand where they're stemming from, understand the density of the whole situation, and not just look at the facts, because if you just look at the facts, you'll get lost in this fog that's kind of present, and you'll get lost in the past, you know, the topics that have come up in the past, and that will just only drain you and take you away from a life that can be yours and you can manifest, in it, so to speak. And so faith and belief is what will get you all the way to where you wish to be. The Ace of Pentacles indicating prosperity, growth, and wealth. But it only comes from a positive state of mind. So it's really important to find yourself in a positive state of mind in more than one moment a day. Okay? Trying to really allow yourself to feel blessed, to be blessed, and do good. And that will allow for more good to return into your life. This is about new beginnings. This is about fresh energy. And it is about inspiration, finding inspiration, taking inspired action by following the Fool's faith. Faith in the universe, looking out for signs represented by the butterfly. Sometimes little things in our life mean so much more. So looking for those forms of symbolism, perhaps, that, are showing up in your life. Looking for those signs that are being sent to you, perhaps by your angels, if you believe in angels. However this may be for you. But it's about taking a chance. Okay, taking a chance on yourself, taking a chance on the universe, trusting in God enough to know that what you're wanting will be delivered. But of course, you're going to have to take inspired action. Nothing will come if you just sit in one place, although it can. Although it can. But if you really want it bad enough, and if you want it now, sometimes, yes, it does take inspired action to get to where it is you want to be. It'll take that, you had a sudden, you were listening to the radio, for example, you're driving in the car, and then, you're not really focusing on the different songs that are coming across, but in that one moment, right when you're about to step out of the car, you hear the lyrics, and boom, right there, that's your inspiration. The lyrics really reminded you of this one person, and you're like, I'm going to pick up the phone, I'm going to call this person, I'm going to tell them, just maybe, hey. And maybe that will spark a conversation, and that will take you towards, oh, maybe I should do this. Hey, do you want to help me with that? And you team up and you start doing this other thing, and boom, your business is blooming. Why? Because you took inspired action. Simple. So sometimes that's all it takes, and it's called having faith, taking a chance, and not looking back. Do not look back. This is not the time to, turn around and start reflecting. This is going to be your month where you decide whether or not you want it bad enough. And if you do, understand anything can happen. And when it does happen, guess what? You truly have a good support of people around you in your life that you'll get to share that moment with. But this is also a time to evaluate, and that is why the Death card came out here for you. The Death card indicating the removal of past baggage, the removal of toxicities, perhaps even toxic relationship, removal of harmful substances in your life, or perhaps in someone else's who's close to you, addictive patterns and behavior that are negative, right? Self-medicating, indulging in things that do not serve you and does not serve your, your future. It's only a part of your past, and that's where it needs to stay. So it's removing it enough and letting it go enough so that you can then focus on the new. You can see how focused she is on the new. She's not even, she's not looking behind her. Her back's facing her past. She's only focused on what is now becoming and what is now blooming. And that's enough for her, right? The future is enough for her. Future/present, because this Death card is indicating a present moment. Sure, it's the removal of the past, but the past is now in the past. And the more you focus on the present, the more you focus on this wonderful new beginning that is now yours, the more you focus on rising within this new beginning and making it yours, taking the new opportunity and thriving within it, letting go of unhealthy attitudes or unhealthy relationships or attachments of any kind, eliminating anything that's in excess in your life. And like I mentioned, this could be old baggage, memories, belongings, perhaps that no longer resonate with your future dreams. This is the time to wholeheartedly let go of that past and embrace the future. And then and only then can, in the present moment, you be inspired enough to take action towards the right direction of your wanting. Perhaps it's uniting with someone in a relationship. Perhaps it's taking your relationship to the next level, or just spending more time with your partner, with your children, whatever that might be for you. Being there enough will give you that peace, that serenity, that positivity, and that optimism to then move forward. Let's clarify this. Like I mentioned, had they not come out together, Ace of Pentacles could have been that it's going to happen for you now in the month of October, but it just feels like it will take a leap of faith and a change in perspective to get to the manifestation, to get to the having of what you're wanting in terms of your career and finances. Relationships, fine. It looks like it's going to be blooming, if anything, and there's the coming together is what we're seeing. Career and, finances are taking some sort of a hit for some of you. Not all, for some. And yes, a change in perspective is going to be provided to you. Perhaps looking at things from a different angle. It's interesting to note that it is about viewpoints, and it's also about having hope. Taking a look deep within to see whether or not you even have the faith that can outlast anything, right? Having the faith of a mustard seed, for example. Being guided by your intuition. Being able to value all it is that you have. Looking past the mundane. Looking deeper. And perhaps making a very important decision. You know, you may have been waiting around for an outcome, for example, when it comes to work specifically. You know, or a contract, a pending contract of some sort. And unless you don't take that leap of faith, you will find yourself in this loop. And it won't stop until you step away from it. You let go of the past. So this movement is only going to come from you, is what the cards are indicating. For many, the challenging aspect of the month of October, overall it's beautiful. Understand that the energy here is lovely for your relationships, for your wealth. You know, things are improving, they're getting better. There's just so much positivity. But there's also this darkness here that is present, and the darkness is of the past. When you let go of it, you will be completely clear. You know, it's, where is the past? I mean, think about it. Past is in your memories, and that's what the Ten of Swords is representing. It's representing an aspect of your mind. These are just thoughts. They are just thoughts. They no longer exist in reality. They don't take form. They're not something that's materialistic. You know, it's not something that you can touch or taste or, you know, smell anymore. It's in the past. It's only a memory that you perhaps are finding yourself bringing up once again. But now is the time to completely let go of this, to let go of the burden of the past, to let go of these memories, because they are just no longer serving you. Then and only then can you open up to the new possibilities that await in your future, which is what we saw with the Death card in particular. And that's where the reading is taking you. That's where this Libra season is going to take you, away from whatever may have come up in your birthday season, during your birthday season, specifically in regards to any hardships you may have faced. You are now able to see beyond that. The Emperor is here. Pay attention to what happens October 1st, okay, or the week before and after. That is the Aries full moon, and the Emperor has fallen into place, so pay attention, because some significant messages may be communicated to you during that time period. It's really, really important. So again, pay attention. If you know an Aries or have another fire sign in your life, if it's not Aries, could be Sagittarius, could be Leo, pay attention to what they may be saying. There may be some words of wisdom within there. The other aspect of this is, this has to do, I mean, it's an Aries full moon. It has to do with your personal identity. It has to do with your mark in the world. It has to do with what are you known for? What is your brand? You know, really just wanting that recognition almost, and feeling as if either you failed yourself, or feeling as if the world has yet to see you, you know. And that aspect is going to be, there is focus on that. Getting past that. There's transformation that is yet to happen for some of you, not all. Okay. For others, you might just be quite literally dealing with an Aries. If that's the case, there is, you know, an ending of some sort and a beginning of the other. So pay attention again to that full moon. That's going to happen early on in the month of October, okay? Justice card, that's the Libra season right there. And also just the fact that there's a lot of karmic energy here for you, Virgo. And that indicates that it's a really important time for you to allow things for whatever they're, you know, whatever is happening. A part of it is happening for a reason, and accepting it for what it is can be a key aspect of how to tackle the situation. The other thing is when the Justice card comes in, it's also bringing in the energy of, it's a lovely karmic energy that's being brought in. It's the ability to be able to see very clearly and no longer be lost in this Ten of Swords, which, you know, like I said earlier, it may feel like a burden. So to be able to see past the burden, to be able to see past the pain, to be able to see past anything, any walls that you may have kind of built up around you, and find balance instead. Finding balance within your heart and your mind as well. We see a lot of emotional kind of cards up here, but then we also see a focus on the importance of your thoughts and mindscapes. And so it's a perfect balance, and that balance is the approach that will lead you towards long-lasting of anything. It could be a relationship, it could be your career, your goals, your dreams, whatever they are, for them to be everlasting and to be forever. They have to be built on a solid foundation, isn't that so? And that's what the Emperor is allowing you to do, is to give it that solid foundation. I want to clarify the Justice a little bit. For some of you, you might actually be dealing with a Libra as well. If you are, there's some distance with the Libra for sure. Perhaps you're the one keeping the distance, or they are. If you're dealing with a water sign, there's coming together. If you're dealing with a fire sign, you just need to listen for words of wisdom with them. If it's an air sign, if it's not a Libra, it could be Gemini or Aquarius. There is distance present in the reading. How you handle the situation or the energy is going to, of course, be up to you. It's a general reading. Five of Cups, Four of Pentacles, and Page of Pentacles. It looks like you may seem to think that, you know, your financial situation, once it improves, will help improve your relationships even more. But that's not the case. It's just a belief of some sort. And that's what this energy is kind of saying here for you. Happiness doesn't come from the outside. Happiness comes from the inside. And that's the key point here. It's recognizing and understanding your own value and worth, which is really, really important and key here. That will help give the foundation and structure to whatever it is you're trying to make last or outlast everything else. Whatever that is for you, Virgo. Okay? So remember, the happiness stems from within. It does not come from the material world. And perhaps for some of you that was, you know, that was a hard lesson right there. But once that understanding takes place, things will kind of even out here for you. That's what we're seeing, okay? There is significance placed on self-worth and identity, as I mentioned earlier, towards the beginning of the month. Let's see what we have here for you towards the end of the month here, Virgo. We have here a Queen of Wands that's come into place. Okay, some interesting aspects you might want to note before I move forward into the end of the month. October 10th, we have Venus in your sign that's going to trine with Uranus in Taurus. And that is a beautiful aspect because something beautiful can pop into place. So the first half of October is supposed to be very, you know, it's bringing in a lot of good energy here for you. Lots of opportunities here for you, specifically growth in the relationship zone. October 12th, we have Mercury in Scorpio, which will be sextiling with Venus in your sign. And again, that is a very supportive time period. You might find yourself being a support system for someone else and vice versa. A really good time to, again, unite with someone or come together with someone or bond with someone. Right? And then we do have some retrogrades happening after that. So what else to pay attention to would be the new moon, I'd say. New moons are great. We had a Virgo new moon that took place. If you use that, like I said, you might be able to bring something into fruition by the time October 1st comes around. But if you miss that opportunity, you'll have it again October 16th, new moon in Libra. And that's, again, a great time, specifically in the area of relationships. Your wishes can be granted by the next full moon that we're going to see October 31st. Okay. The only other time I'd probably encourage you to kind of watch out for is towards the end of October, which is where we're getting at. Queen of Wands here is October 19th. That's when Venus in your sign is going to be trining with Jupiter in Capricorn. It's supposed to be a great time that where you can find yourself to be very productive. Queen of Wands indicating that powerful force of energy, enthusiasm and all, where you can find a bit more of direction, and that comes from the gaining of perspective. It comes from the letting go of the past, and it comes from the balancing out of this karmic energy that we're seeing here. Queen of Wands, do not run away from love. For those of you who are running away, do not run away from what it is you love or who it is you love. Okay? There is a tug of war I'm sensing end of October, and that may be because of this aspect that's between you and Pisces. October 18th, we have Venus in your sign opposing Neptune in Pisces, but you can create a place of uncertainty. You might feel a little bit unsure, unclear, lack of direction, where logic is pulling you one way and your heart's pulling you in a different direction. So this is the perfect time to find that balanced approach and then move forward. Then everything will be okay. But if you're using too much of logic, or too much specifically, if you're hanging on to your past, it can pull you away from something or someone that you love most. And if that realization hasn't kicked in, it will kick in sooner than later. You can expect some major boosts. Look at that. Look at the way the king and the queen are facing each other. Like I said, there is that opposing energy. Perhaps the king is trying to run away and the queen's like, oh hey, stop. For some, not all. Just the way the cards are coming across. So, October 24th. That's a good time. It's a good time when Venus is in your sign, trining with Saturn in your sister sign, Capricorn. And that's when you can feel a whole lot of boost and perhaps some sort of a breakthrough as well. Let's clarify this a little bit more here. 10 of Pentacles. Really solidifying something. Perhaps solidifying a relationship, solidifying a goal, solidifying a dream, solidifying your vision, Virgo. It's a very important time period to move forward. Okay, move forward and embrace your vision. 10 of Pentacles indicating permanence. 10 of Pentacles indicating commitment. 10 of Pentacles indicating luxury and the enjoyment and the broadening of your lifestyle. But it will take someone, more than likely this is your energy, indicating that you will have to stop running away and instead embrace it. Okay? This is not the time to turn your back on what you're wanting, okay? This is the time to face what you're wanting and turn your back towards your past. As soon as you do that, things start manifesting for you. As soon as you embrace love, things start happening for you. And I'm not talking about a specific person, although for some this is about a person. For others, it could be your dream, could be your career, a business opportunity, relationship, or wanting kids, children, not feeling like you're ready to be a parent yet. But then accepting the fact that this is something you want, and until you don't go through with it, how will you know that you are actually very much capable of being a wonderful parent, right? And so, yes, it is about belief. It's about believing in yourself, believing in perhaps your partner, that they will be there for you by your side. Because there is that emphasis on partnerships. Really, just that team effort is important. But you have to trust them to be there for you, right? So 7 of Swords indicating a bit of trust issues, but I feel like it's more about self-esteem and self-confidence as opposed to anything else. So again, 10 of Pentacles, there is this beautiful energy here for you where if you commit to this, it can be a very, very sustainable future for you. Okay, you can create a very lasting foundation for yourself and feel that permanence and security, financial security, relationship security. a lot of success indicated in your path if you are to pursue this. There is maturity happening here as well. Like I said, it can also indicate marriage. That'll be very, very prosperous and loving here for you. So a wonderful reading so far. Let's see what we have under the deck, Virgo. And there is the King of Pentacles. I feel like this is your energy right here. And it focuses actually on, what do you want? Okay, what do you want? Really asking yourself that, asking your heart that, and then going after that, or letting yourself have that, right? That's actually important. And that's when, sure, logic is great and trying to figure things out, but Libra season is beautiful. The fact that it'll help you balance out, you know, logic. So using your brain as well as using your heart, and then aligning them enough so that you can move forward. Okay, the Tower is underneath the deck here for you, along with the Devil. Getting lost in how things won't work out can happen. But it looks like you can move past that battle, but this will be the main struggle in the month of October. Okay, the challenging aspect of October will be dealing with your thought pattern and your mindset and strengthening it enough, perhaps with a special someone who can feed you the positive thoughts and the faith and the belief that you may be lacking somewhat during the month of October. Either it can come from them, it can also come from, you know, your connection with your higher self, your spirit. So it can come in very different ways. It can come from all over. It can come from the universe even. But this understanding, this breakthrough, once you can overcome this struggle, anything and everything can be yours. Embrace the vision and you shall have it. The World card, indicating the possibilities, the endless possibilities, how vast the world is. The world is your oyster. And what are you going to do with it, Virgo? That's the question. And October is going to really focus in on that here for you, along with, of course, beautifying a lot of things. And there's commitment indicated with your cards. It's absolutely gorgeous here reading for you. Love it. Okay, let us top it off with our Enchanted Map Oracle cards and see which message is here from the universe for you. This is for the Libra season, and it's also for the month of October, so it's going to play out differently for everyone. Wow. You got 4 cards, Virgo. So interesting. I think this is the record. Before, I had 3 cards fall into place for one of the signs. Don't remember which one, but 4 cards here for you. Quite significant. Quite significant. So we have Solitude, Golden Palace, Magic Stream, Ride the Wave. It's a very straightforward message. Do you see it? And look at that focus on the phases of the moon. So what I'm seeing here for you is the fact that as soon as you're able to go within yourself, find that place of meditation, find that place of quietening your mind, slow down, slowing down enough so that you can hear yourself, hear your thoughts, hear your heart beat. Listen to what it is that, you know, you're wanting. What is your place that is your golden palace? What does that look like? What does your vision look like? What do your dreams look like? What does your future look like? What does your life look like? And not just what does it look like, but what does it feel like? Go through life. Magic stream. Allowing life to flow to and through you. That's the secret. Feel it into existence. That's the secret. Sorry about that. The camera stopped recording. I don't know which messages it missed, but basically what I was saying is feeling your way. First envisioning it and then allowing yourself to bathe in it, right? Go ahead, go into this beautiful magical stream and let it become you. So, Magic Stream, what is the message with this particular card? Everything is connected through the universal flow of consciousness. That's important. Every experience you have seems to have its own life story with a beginning, a middle, and eventually an end. However, There is danger in seeing events as separate from one another, since in fact they are all part of continuity and a greater evolution. Like an ever-flowing magic stream, your experiences filter through the whole world, one leading into another, informing and influencing still more. Inspiration, invention, and revelations rarely come to just one person. The collective awareness is a shared storehouse of potential. When you remember you're part of the fluid continuity of life, you become a channel for great inspiration. Allow the magic to flow through you and carry your dreams into reality. Your success will benefit many. That's important. Your success will benefit many. So I don't say this. I don't say, what it is that you want, think about it and you can have it. I don't say it just for your own benefit, but for the fact that this will benefit other people as well. If you're in a relationship, for example, it's not just the relationship is benefiting you, but think about how it benefits the other person too. Right? There's a beautiful balance in a relationship. There's a beautiful balance also between you and the work that you do, whatever your career may be or educational goals are, whatever it is. It's not just about you, but you're connected completely to everyone and everything else. And in this, you're not just benefiting yourself by allowing yourself to be who you're meant to be and, doing things that you love, but to bring that love into the world, you're also then connecting the world to this beautiful thing that you've brought to life, isn't it? So remembering that, how you also benefit the bigger, looking at the bigger picture, looking at the situation in a bit more of a broader perspective will help you then to ride the wave, to take the next step, to go with the flow and see where things are gonna go. Oh my gosh, I'm rhyming. But you get the point, right? You get the point. So where is this going? It's going to a place of your wanting, clearly. We did have the Ace of Pentacles fall into place. So it's about manifesting what you want, but understanding that it does benefit other people as well. Okay? Nature. Sometimes all you need is to go outside, breathe the fresh air to remember who you are and where you want to be. It's a good point. When we go out, we breathe it in. We can ask ourselves, who are we? We can ask ourselves, have I done everything that I want to do while I'm here? Isn't it? And so, nature, let's read out the affirmations that come with this particular card, okay? Right now, I will embrace the magic that is in nature. I will step outside, get some fresh air, and be renewed. I will forget the day's troubles and remember the day's blessings that surround me. I will not dwell on the negatives in my life, but release them into the wind. This moment is mine. What a beautiful message that is. It sums up the entire reading so perfectly with a beautiful set of affirmations here for you. Of course, if you'd like to purchase some customized affirmations, please go ahead and email me. I'll be happy to send you a sample if you'd like before you make the actual purchase. But they are customized, which means that I write them personally for you depending on your, depending on your circumstances or what it is you hoping to attract or what kind of mindset you're trying to get into. Okay? All right, well, thank you so much. Thank you for tuning into this reading. I truly do appreciate your love and support so very much. Can't wait to see you in the next reading. Perhaps it will be next month's reading or in your personal video. Until then, take care.
Beauty, passion, ambition, love. I am pure guidance. Success.